I'm Grace. This has left my heart in the pit. I'm here with Devon Thompson. We're moments away from her set here.
Yes.
How are you feeling about going on tonight?
Feeling good. I've played here so many times, so it's kind of like second nature now to play here.
Yeah, this is an interesting spot to be a regular at.
It's so weird.
What have your past Viper Room experiences been like?
Well, they've been from okay to like really good.
It's a pretty good track record.
Yeah, it's pretty decent. Like every
Yeah.
time, I haven't had a terrible experience here. Just like kind of a crazy area and kind of crazy people. But I always get a little nervous. Like, oh, what could go wrong? But pretty much nothing ever goes wrong. So
Yeah,
no, I feel great. I really do feel
It's
good.
encouraging,
Yeah.
I feel like.
Yeah.
Do you have any pre-show rituals that you do or songs that hype you up before you go on stage, or are you more of like a silent type?
I am a silent type. I get very quiet and like I get really quiet and stoic and right before I go on. So I feel like
That's like unexpected, I feel like.
it is really unexpected because I'm definitely a talker. So I get very quiet and I'm just like, don't fucking talk to me. I need to relax. I need to be in my head right now.
Yes.
Yeah, like I think I started playing with my band when I was 16.
Oh,
So
okay.
so however long that is, yeah. It's
Yeah, that's a good minute.
yeah, it got better over time, obviously, and now I'm here. So I'm stoked. I love it. I'm like, it's like, this is my job. It's my career, my profession. So I love it.
You're a fellow Valley girl like myself.
I am.
Can you tell me about your experience growing up in the Valley and how that informed your perspective as an artist?
It was so cool. I loved it because you have a lot of people who like good music and who will travel outwards to downtown to go to the Smell, where I literally,
The Smell?
like literally,
Oh
that's
my
where
God.
that's where I grew up. That's where I grew up when I was like from 15 to like
Yeah, we were probably there at the exact
19.
same time.
Oh, yeah, we definitely were.
Yeah.
And so everyone, all the edgy kids, all the skaters, we go to the Smell, we take the subway and skate down to the Smell.
But
It was cool because you have a really cool like mix of people, and I think it's just, the Valley's very underrated. Like no one talks about how awesome the Valley is, and you grew up in a suburb, yes you do, but you also get the best of both worlds over the hill. So I love being a Valley girl. I don't care. Yeah.
I love it. So you grew up going to house shows, going to the Smell.
I started playing a bunch. Honestly, my first real gig with my band was like at the Regent Theater.
Oh, okay.
Crazy, actually.
That's
Very
huge. Yeah.
Yeah. And then I started playing house shows, and like lots of, that sort of like punk crowd. We played at parks. We played at really run down areas and houses, and then we sort of worked our way up from there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And starting at the Regent and then
So
going
weird.
to the house.
I don't understand it.
That's funny.
I don't understand it
It's
either.
funny art. Yeah.
I don't even get it either.
Were there any bands that you would go see live when you were growing up that kind of made you want to be a musician?
Oh my God, I don't even know. I mean, I think specifically when I was started to go to shows in LA, so when I was like 15, 16, 17, I saw this band who we frequently saw called Small Crush. They're also, I think they're from the Bay, but I always saw them here. And another band, this is like Valley Deep Cuts, Super Lunch they were called.
Yeah.
They played everywhere, and they're not together anymore, obviously. And another band called Espresso that like we
Yes.
saw. Oh my God, we're
So crazy.
we were there at the same time. We just never knew each other.
Yeah.
So like those types of bands really made me want to do this.
So you're kind of a self-proclaimed misfit, where you were growing up.
Yeah, it was.
Can you tell me about how being a misfit kind of naturally made you gravitate toward music?
First of all, where'd you read that? I want to know. I'm
Right
so
in your
curious.
Spotify bio.
Really?
Yeah.
Did I put that shit in there? Okay. Well, yeah, I grew up like really I had a weird dynamic with myself and with other people because I really wanted to be popular, but I was really weird. And so I tried really hard, and people were just like, "No, get away from me! You're fucking weird. Get off! Get off me!" Shaking like something off her leg, literally. And I didn't realize it until later. And then when I started getting into like, middle of high school, that's when I started to find the right people, and I stopped giving a shit about being cool. And then then you found actually some cool people, others weren't. But I think that being around certain people made it better. But I've always really felt like no one ever understood like my intentions, because they've always been very honest and very pure with everything. but people love to hate all people who do stuff with their lives. So, like, that happened.
Profound, yeah.
Yeah, profound, yes, profound. So, that was a problem. Bullying was a problem for me. Yes, I was weird. Maybe I asked for it a little bit, but then other parts of me didn't deserve it. You know what I mean? So I think that the Valley's very specific type of place to go to school at. And I don't know how to explain it to anyone else, honestly.
Yeah.
It's weird.
No, it's funny because I relate to you that way, but I feel like a lot of other people will just never have
get
that
it.
experience.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another thing that I saw in your Spotify bio was that your first memory is of punching a glass pane just to see if you could like do it.
That's the scar.
Wow.
That's the scar from my glass pane experience.
How old were you when you did that?
I was like 3, I think 3 or 2 to
Okay.
4 around there, I want to say. And my mom told me I just walked over to the glass and I just like looked at it and went like, she like fainted. She was pregnant with my brother and she passed out. I was like, this is a big scar, gushing blood. I didn't cry, I just stood there and I was like, look, mommy. I wasn't crying, it didn't hurt. And she was like, there's something wrong with this kid. And now I'm here, now I'm doing music like this. So
I was gonna ask like if your violent inclinations kind of feed into your music at all.
My violent inclinations definitely do. I am not a violent person. My rage towards society can be. I hate people's bullshit, so it makes me really fucking mad. I don't know if I'm supposed to get upset. Like,
absolutely.
what am I supposed to do with myself if I can't get fucking angry? So it started at a young age. But I'm a very nice person. I'm a really like honest and open person. If you don't bullshit. Don't be an asshole. Don't be rude, and just be a kind, humble person.
Yeah.
Easy. It's easy, and it's not easy for a lot of people.
Tell me about your EP titles, Skin and Split Ends. I feel like there's a lot of kind of this like weathered physical quality going on that I was curious about.
You know what? I just realized that both EPs are about a body part.
Yeah.
I didn't know that until now. Wow, you just made me realize that. I think I'm very attached to my body, and I think it's always been a source of so I think it's been very hard for my self-confidence, I think, and I think that I refer that to my music a lot. And I don't write about it a lot, but it did title itself my EPs, and I had like Split Ends is really about like when I was pretty heavily bullied targeted by some people in school, like basically just saying like, is it like, are you going to start making fun of my split ends now? Like, what is it? Like, what's the other thing that you're going to start making fun of? Like, it's a little thing like that. But then Skin definitely is like a step up, and it's how I've been feeling for the past 2 years with this industry and this world and people in general. And it's like kind of a roller coaster. It's how I've been feeling about everything. So, it's a lot. It's a lot. And Skin is has a lot to do with the scar too. Like, we're tough. Skin is the largest organ. It's tough. It's like the toughest organ in your body, but
and superficial.
Literally one scratch and it just starts bleeding. You know what I mean? And that's my personality. I'm tough, but if you say something mean to me, I'll start crying. It's true. I'm very sensitive. I can't help it.
Yeah, I was listening to Skin today. I love it. And I wanted to hear kind of about the decision-making process behind going from something that starts out kind of hard and heavy into something softer as you progress through the project.
Yeah, I've never felt like I wanted to do one thing in my life, ever. I can't just be one thing. I think that's the number one thing about myself. Like, I do music, but I also do other things with my life, and I feel like that's what my journey as a musician has been, especially with Skin. So it starts off pretty strong, and then it gets a little mellower because I feel like that's kind of what happened in the last year and a half, 2 years, where it started off really tumultuous, and then it got a little better, and then it went to shit again. So, like, this whole thing is a roller coaster. That's the whole
Skin's
point.
kind of like a moving entity for you.
It is a moving, absolutely.
Yeah.
It's just up and down. It really is. It's just a story of my life. You want to know me? Listen to the EP. It's easy. It really is. Yeah, definitely is.
There's this really cool kind of hard melodic chanting thing that you do on Straight Jacket and Love You But It Hurts Like Hell. And I got to see it live when you played a few weeks ago, but I was wondering what the writing process was for that, how you put those sounds together.
I really like really catchy, like chants like that. Can't think of an example off the top of my head, but there's something very infectious about it.
Yeah.
And there's also something about like the repetitiveness that I feel like that my life has been. And so I like to add them into songs because it makes you feel a little crazy. That's what I felt like I've been feeling like in my head, sort of, with like where I've been at and like my progress. Like, very thankful for my progress and stoked, obviously, but like definitely mentally, I felt like I had just been in this never-ending like whirlwind of like I don't know, just hard shit. So I think that is why I like to put those in there, and I think they're also
really
fun.
cathartic too. It's like
It
you can let
is.
some of that shit go by
Yep.
just
Yep.
chanting and yelling.
It is. Yeah.
What's coming up for Devon?
Well, what's coming up for me is shows and mostly music creation, but I have a tour, a West Coast
Oh,
tour.
yeah.
In September. It's baby's first tour, and I did it myself. I basically just made a friend, and they were like, "You should come with me on tour," and I was like, "What?"
Who are you touring with?
They're called Dead on a Sunday. He's a goth artist. He's so cool and a great person and makes really cool music. And I was like, yeah, this could work. This could definitely work. So that's in September. It's 10 dates. It's West Coast. So it's like from Salt Lake City down to LA and then Vegas, Albuquerque, Phoenix, all of those markets. So that's going to be really cool. And then lots of music being released. I want my music out there, and I want more of my ideas out there. I feel like it's refreshing for people to hear that, you know, maybe they're not alone with feeling really angry with some things and how the world is sometimes, you know, and other things are okay, but other things aren't. I don't know, we should stop pretending everything's okay, because it's not.
Yeah. Do you have anything that you want to relay to your fans and listeners out there?
Yeah.
If you tell them one thing, what would you tell them?
Mental health matters. Mental health matters. Don't let someone tell you that it doesn't matter and what you go through isn't real, because it is, and it's serious. And surround yourself with people who care, like me, because I make music for you, to help you. People have told me that, and I make music to help make people not feel so alone. So yeah.
This has been Left My Heart in the Pit at the Viper Room with Devon Thompson. Let's go see her set.